day. From U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, this is the NFL on EA Sports. And the Minnesota Vikings taking on Brock Purdy and the San Francisco 49ers.
U.S. Bank Stadium holds just under 70,000 spectators, and they've come out in full force for this one. A fantastic atmosphere here in Minneapolis. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the San Francisco 49ers and the Minnesota Vikings. Joseph now ready to get this one started, and we are underway from Minneapolis. Fields it right around the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. They'll be led out by Mr. Irrelevant in the 2022 draft, a guy with something to prove, Iowa State's career passing leader. And that's Brock Purdy.
Tell you what, partner, he might just be a rookie, but he certainly looks the part of a veteran NFL starter, and he carries himself like one leading the offense out there. In a lot of ways, he is advanced as a first-year quarterback, and he came in and was right at home with this offense.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
And that's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
Purdy's throw complete here to Ayuk. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 15 for the Niners there and a first down. That's his first catch of the game and an impressive one against multiple defenders.
And how about that start? Really aggressive. Yeah, there was double coverage out there, but that didn't stop them at all. They went right at it and defeated it on that play.
First carry for Christian McCaffrey. An unfortunate time for the penalty there. That cancels out a positive play from this offense.
Well, not to sound too trite or too accepting, but you and I both know it happens. You got to accept it and move on. Yardage, you got to get back. Focus on the next play and move on.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Throwing on second and long. Purdy. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And 3rd and 8 now.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of the formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there, couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
Purdy with it on 3rd and long. And this one is incomplete.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. Minnesota's offense and QB Kirk Cousins set to go here.
And one nice thing you can always say about Kirk Cousins is that he's consistent. Always puts up nice numbers each and every year. If there is a downside to his game, it's been the lack of playoff success. All in all, though, a formidable starting quarterback at a time in the league where it's tough to find your franchise guy.
Cousins on 1st down. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. So the completion results there in 9 yards, and it'll bring up a 2nd and short.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
Play fake, Cousins. He'll dump this off to Cook, and he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. On play action, Cousins. He's going to find Jefferson open downfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 25 yards that time.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that. Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, do I have that dagger play? Do I have that play and just finish them off right now? Because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
On 2nd down, it's Cook again. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They run it again with Cook. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They'll try to throw now. Cousins. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And Nick Bosa so quick on the outside. He gets in there to bring him down.
Now that's a heck of a moment for your first sack of the game, because if this long drive ends without a touchdown because of that sack, we're going to look back and say that might be one of the biggest plays of this contest.
So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. One of those extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit in the football.
So on 4th down, on is the punter Ryan Wright. Back deep, Ray McLeod. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. Back out there comes the 49ers offense, ready for their 2nd drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the...
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. The fumble on 1st down now. Here's 2nd down. Here's Purdy. That's over the middle and caught by Ayuk. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on. And I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up 1st downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
So no gain on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, when we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the 1st drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, you know, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
35 yards that time on the punt, and the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Cousins. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Cousins now. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him, because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
On third down, Cousins. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. And here's Ryan Wright now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. The Niners set to take over on offense. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Next, receivers help spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
2nd down and right back to McCaffrey. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. But I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs, and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
On 1st down, it's Purdy. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down. Here's the option, running right. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here's Mitch Wishnowsky now on to punt. And he's getting a workout here in this 1st quarter as he gets it away. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. And, partner, I know so far, we're still in the 1st half, but you love this game as a defensive guy. 0-0. We'll see if the offense can get going on this drive.
Well, you know how they talk about music to your ears? How about what it does for your eyes when you watch something like this, right, where these teams are locked in and going at it, no points going up on the scoreboard? I'm loving it. You're exactly right.
Well, switch over, though, to an offensive mindset for a moment. What do they need to do here to get on track and get some points?
Well, I think a couple of ways. Number one, you pull out something that maybe they haven't seen before. Coaches always talk about unscouted looks. Maybe you give them something that they haven't seen on tape, and now you shock them that way. The second, run your basic playbook, but run it so well that you give your skill position guys a chance to make big plays individually.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's 2nd down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
2nd and 8 coming up. Now Cousins here on the bootleg. Flushed out right. And he's got this to Jefferson. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 36 yards on the play. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Cook up the gut. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Cook again. And a nice pickup there. It gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
On 3rd and 1, here's Cousins. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up 1st downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
Fourth down, Cousins. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Niners are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. I appreciate the aggressiveness trying to go for it there on 4th down, but you're in the red zone, had 3 points in your back pocket. Instead, Charles, they throw it away.
Certainly a big call to go for it on 4th down. As you said, in the red zone, definitely going to cost them 3 points, and we'll see how that affects the game as time goes on.
San Francisco's offense returns to the field. They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. The tough spot is the spot that they're in. That's inside the 5 in the shadow of their own goalposts here. 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
And that run there does nothing but juice up the guys who are moving the football. I mean, if you're an offensive lineman, people running it, actually the guy calling plays, you're almost jumping up and down in jubilation, aren't you?
And now you've got options on 2nd down.
And big-time options. You might want to think about play action and try and get something cheap right here over the top.
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 1st down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Purdy to throw it on 1st down. Open man is Juwan Jennings. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it's 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 34-yard line.
Purdy will set up to throw it here. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. A busy first quarter. His third catch of the afternoon is a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Purdy looking to throw on first down here. And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the first quarter. We're scoreless after 1. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. They'll get 4 on 2nd down, but it leaves them with 3rd and still 9 to go. Purdy. And this is caught. Jennings. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 42. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And they'll try to run the option here. 6 yards there on the keeper. It's 2nd down.
Well, that's what he can do, when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained. And, in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Another 6-yard carry, same as last play. First down.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. Gets by him at the 25. And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down marker at the Vikings 23. 55 rushing yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
On 3rd down, it's Purdy. Open man is Ayuk, complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 13-yard line. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Throwing here, Purdy.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
You can't be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
So they need 6 yards here on third down. They're 2 for 2 on third down tries so far on this drive.
Now Purdy.
And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers.
Juwan Jennings.
A 9-yard touchdown grab.
And the 49ers go 98 yards and finish it off in the end zone. Well, with this rookie QB, we talk a lot about his ball placement and how good he can be at laying it right in there. I think we just saw, Charles, though, the strength of that arm. That was an absolute rifle for the completed touchdown.
It absolutely was, and let's face it, you think he was really ready to get that first touchdown? Absolutely. He threw that pass with authority, just as you described. Big-time arm right there, and let's face it, a lot of quarterbacks used to be pitchers in baseball. The fastball was usually their best pitch, and we saw it there.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
Taken in at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the play did on the last one.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line.
Throwing is Cousins. He'll find Thielen working the middle, and they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A first down for Minnesota. Cousins finding Thielen. Play action now. Cousins steps away. Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the other side of the field. And that is incomplete.
When you're a capable runner, oftentimes your quarterback coach, your offensive coordinator, they love to see you break the pocket and go ahead and take off. I think he could have gotten vertical and picked up something there. Instead, he pushed it downfield. Incomplete.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. To throw, Cousins. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here.
Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Off the option, here's McCaffrey.
And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
The offense on 3rd down, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a 1st down.
Well, normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal. So that run gets them about halfway home.
Yes, now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
Second and goal from inside the 5.
Back to throw, Purdy.
Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Brock Purdy
taking it in from 4 yards out.
And the Niners go up by 2 touchdowns.
I'm pretty sure that was a passing play, but he took off pretty quickly and ran with it.
Love his decisiveness on it, because you're exactly right. He was supposed to go back in the pocket and survey the field and throw the football. But when that hole opened, he just said, forget it, let's go. And boy, did that work out well.
Now Gold for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
They run again on first down. Cook. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They go play action. Cousins. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
Off the play fake, Cousins rolling to his left.
Complete. Jefferson the target.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 18. 23 yards the pickup there.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Up the middle, it's Cook. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3. Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Running from the shotgun with Madison. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Another carry now for Madison. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down.
There are a lot of different formulas to winning football, but one constant over the years, winning on 3rd down. That pickup there was big because they had struggled throughout this one.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Throwing, Cousins. This is caught. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. That's good for a gain of 6, second and goal.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
Trying the power game with Ham. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. C.J. Ham taking it in from a yard out.
And the Vikings are back within a score.
And they just powered it in right there, Charles. 3 tight ends out on the field. The fullbacks for the defense, they knew what was coming.
They knew, but they weren't able to stop them. They knew they had to meet them with a little bit of force. But on that play, the big guys up front won the day.
Greg Joseph on for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. A 10-play drive that time. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. This fielded right at the goal line. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
They're starting to pull away with this one. Early on that first quarter, they didn't look so great offensively. What has changed?
Sometimes it's just a matter of doing what you plan to do better. Sometimes you just put that all together and you execute. Other times it's just a simple adjustment in your game plan.
Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Vikings pick up the football. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half.
Meanwhile, Cousins' throw complete to his receiver, Thielen.
So the completion results there in 9 yards, and that'll give him a short yardage situation here for second down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is a receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
And he'll be brought down at the 27.
That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Throwing the out route and complete. It's Osborne. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
To the air again, it's Cousins.
And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson.
A 16-yard touchdown.
And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half.
CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Joseph connects on the extra point.
And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. Just a 4-play drive that time.
And it was all capped off by Justin Jefferson's touchdown reception.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Well, the Niners going back on offense now late in this first half. And they've got just under 50 seconds, so time enough to try to work their way downfield if they so choose.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Purdy looking to throw.
He'll get this to Jennings over the middle. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
On first down, Purdy.
And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field. It took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Purdy now to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Again, he'll drop to throw.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. It's Cameron Dantzler who picks it. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him. And what I mean by that is what you said. 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation. And they took advantage of the young man right there.
And the Vikings going to take over here one more time before the half. And they'll start with a short field following that turnover as they look for points here before the break.
Following the interception, Cousins setting up the screen for Cook.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. To throw again on 2nd down. Cousins
Right back to Cook for another completion.
Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And he's going to miss this one wide to the left from distance. It's no good, and this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2.
And now 2 problems as I see it. First, you missed the kick, which granted was a long one. But second, you set the other guys up with great field position and enough time to maybe get downfield and get a field goal attempt of their own.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This officially a 55-yard attempt. He's got the leg, but it's no good. He missed it right, and this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2. So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everyone, to our brand new studios here in downtown Orlando in the EA Sports Halftime Report. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. But they are all even to this point. So to see if either side can pull away, let's get you right back out to Brandon and Charles for the start of the second half.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
To get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard.
Taken at the goal line. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third.
This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
Here's 2nd and 9.
They'll try the middle with Cook.
And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. An extra DB for the 49ers now on third. To throw is Cousins.
Got an open man finding Jefferson.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one goes for 30 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Play fake. Cousins. There's Jefferson to pull that in. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings have taken the lead.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. Joseph on for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. A drive there of just 4 plays.
And it was all capped off by Justin Jefferson's touchdown reception. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game. First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
They run with McCaffrey off the option.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
95 yards now for McCaffrey. It's a 1st down.
He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, "I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along."
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Here's Purdy on 1st and 10.
Flush to his right.
And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. McCaffrey running up the middle. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Here's Purdy.
And that is incomplete.
The touch and timing are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And that is very well done there, as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
There's a glimpse of Justin Jefferson, the wide receiver, as he and the Minnesota Vikings return back here on offense.
Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting them, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, and he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver. As we've seen over the years, offense coordinators will often ease their way into drives. Many of them don't want to risk a turnover and put their defense in a bad spot, but not in this case.
Not at all. Forget about easing into it. They took a shot. It worked. Much more room to operate under after the big play. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Cousins. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hockenson. So just 3 yards on the completion there, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Cousins.
But going back to the same well, it's Hockenson again.
And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
They'll throw again. Cousins.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
And here's Ryan Wright now
as he's on to punt for Minnesota. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Now a 2nd down and 6.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20.
111 yards rushing for him now as he's done it on 19 carries.
Well, CD, a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And not much room there as he'll get it up only to about the 21. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
Off the option, here's McCaffrey.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Going old reliable there to the slot on 3rd down.
And the slot position has become the bane of just about every defense's existence, because how do you cover? Do you go with a bigger guy to try and use size? Got to try and go with a quicker guy, and sometimes you even get out quick there. Very difficult to match up with that slot receiver. That's why they keep going back to him.
And he's had the hot hand. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
2nd and 9.
Back to throw. Purdy. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards.
They run with McCaffrey off the option.
Tackle made that time by Dalvin Tomlinson.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver, but he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front, so if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him, picks up 3 on that carry.
On 2nd and 7, Purdy, open man is Samuel, complete. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Jennings. That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling.
You want to put together a long drive? You've got to be able to convert on 3rd down, and they've done exactly that on this one. Sure enough, came up with another conversion right there.
They run the option here on 1st and 10.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That time they pick up a 24 yards on the keeper. First down.
It looked like almost a miscommunication defensively because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball. But the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
He'll decide to keep this once more.
Escapes the defender. 9 yards on the first down. Keeper, and it's 2nd and 1.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
On 2nd and 1. Purdy over the middle, complete. That's Jennings.
And the 49ers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass.
McCaffrey on the toss right. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Again, McCaffrey. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage, after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
Robbie Gould on now to try the field goal. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And the 39-year-old veteran puts it right through, and that'll bring him back within 4.
So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the 3rd quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send the message that says, hey, we're not going away.
Now it's Gould after splitting the uprights to kick this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Minnesota now ready for their next possession.
And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to just...
He's got a man, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. They'll get 34 yards there.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? The guy who caught it or ran it. But how about about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route, well run, and the football, right on the money.
First down, here's the run with Cook.
58 yards on the ground for him so far.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Cousins now throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. On play action, Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
They'll run with Cook, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Dalvin Cook taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Vikings will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. So, partner, it was a passing game that drove them down the field, but when they get close, they trust that man in the backfield, and he took them home.
And they trust their offensive line as well, because so many of these units, they specialize in either pass protection or run blocking. This group shows its versatility and gets both done on this drive.
Joseph now to have the PAT. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it's capped off by the touchdown run coming from Dalvin Cook.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Returning from his end zone is Ray McLeod. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Tackle made there by Jordan Hicks.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to the huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 25 on 2nd down, Purdy eluding the pressure right. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 15 for the Niners there and a first down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Purdy off the play fake.
This will be caught at Samuel.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Purdy to throw it on 1st down.
Buying time to his left.
And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds a defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback. I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
To throw again on 2nd down. Purdy completes it to the tight end Kittle. And they'll be stopped at the 28 on a play that started at the 14. They pick up 14.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
He was taken down at the 22-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Purdy will set up to throw it here. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4.
Purdy. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Robbie Gould on now to try the field goal. From the left hash, this from 39. The kick by Gould is good, and that'll make this an 8-point game. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
Now it's Gould after splitting the uprights to kick this one away.
Taken in at the 3.
Thielen and the rest of the Vikings offense, they get set for their next possession. He's been a load for them to handle defensively, I know that much.
But look at him. He's got 7 catches on the game, and he's starting to shred them a little bit because not only is he catching them, he's picking up good yardage, keeping the chains moving, ball control, you name it. This big guy, what did you say? He's been a load for them to handle?
That's right.
Agreed.
7 catches, as you said, over 100 yards. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
So fourth quarter, a nice run there to start this drive. Charles, what do you think the split will be here between run and pass?
Well, partner, I think it'll lean towards the run, but this is also not a time where you just totally do that. You still have to possess the ball, move the sticks, and keep the clock moving as well. So they'll run their offense, but yeah, when they have a chance to run it, they'll do that a little bit more.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Cousins to throw it. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now Cousins. And complete right side to Cook.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5.
Now Cousins.
This one brought in by Jefferson.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 18. A gain there of 21 yards.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Cousins gives way to Cook. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
Talanoa Hufanga in on the stop.
The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Throwing is Cousins. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And the Vikings are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Cousins.
Looks again for T.J. Hockenson, and he's got him again.
He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. C.J. Ham with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this 4th quarter. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
Joseph connects on the extra point, and the lead is up to 15 now. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Taken in at the 3. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more.
And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Cousins now after the fumble recovery. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
2nd and 8. Cousins. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Osborne. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. Charles, he's now over 400 yards passing in this one. It feels like he has a zillion completions. Just a very memorable effort from a guy that we thought could be in line for a big game, and he has exceeded our expectations.
That he has, and I'm not really surprised at all because when you look at this offensive unit, they are loaded across the board. And, of course, the guy throwing them, he's a big-time player himself. They brought it from start to finish and really helped get the better of the opposing secondary.
That to the sideline and incomplete. Boy, they're going to say there's a receiver in the area. That was close to grounding, but it's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Cook up the gut. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. The Vikings on third down. Not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This will be 3rd and 6. To throw, Cousins.
That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick 6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
The kick by Joseph is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
Joseph now to kick this one away.
Taking it about the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Purdy. This one caught by Kittle. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a 1st down.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch.
Purdy looking to throw on 1st down here.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. Jennings was the one he was looking for, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
So many things have to go right for any passing play to work out. Quarterback has to understand the defense, deliver an accurate ball. Receiver has to concentrate and bring it in. Somewhere along the assembly line, something was off with that one.
Once more, Purdy looking to throw. He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1.
Now Purdy.
And this is going to be incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Purdy, big 4th down play.
Man open, that's Ray McCloud.
And he is going to have a 49ers 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Play action, now Purdy.
Looking deep for Jennings.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line.
Well, it certainly felt like he was going to challenge this defense no matter what, and he stepped up and tried to throw it to the outermost edge of the zone coverage, and they were more than ready for him. The problem now is if they are limited in what they're doing throwing the football, they got to figure out how to move it without being able to throw it to the outside and throw it downfield.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
Well, we're beyond the tone setting right now. This guy's been the bell cow all day, and they'll continue to rely on him to move the chains, drain the clock, and lead his team.
So a much rosier picture now after that last play. Here's 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. They'll try and wind down some clock with Cook. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They go play action. Cousins. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Nick Bosa able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. If you want a lesson on how to defeat an offensive tackle, that was pretty textbook.
Is that a clip and save?
Yes.
That's what's going to go around the league, and people are going to watch that and say, my goodness, that's how you do it? And I feel awful for the offensive tackle because we always talk about the athleticism of that guy who just beat him. Well, you have to be athletic to try and block that guy. Just in this case, the defense won.
So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. They'll set up a throw. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he'll be stopped here well short of the 1st down at the 24-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. And here's Ryan Wright now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. Here's McLeod on the return. It'll be a net of only 30 here. 40-yard punt, 10 on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
From just shy of midfield, Purdy. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1.
Out of the gun, Purdy.
And able to haul it in is Kittle.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set.
On first down, Purdy. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Purdy now to throw.
That's caught out right by Jennings. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Throwing here, Purdy. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. It's Cameron Dantzler who picks it. And the Vikings are going to have it here just past the 25.
Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
Second down, they go right back to Cook.
Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence and made it happen for a victory.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Vikings as we say so long from Minneapolis.